plate. That's why he has a bat. Alomar and Willie Blair collaborate to see how far a baseball will go, and it goes into the stands. Homer number 24, 2-0 the Indians. Fourth inning, Indians up 3-1. Charles Nagy against Kareem Garcia, and he lifts it down the right field line. Manny Ramirez pacing himself to get through all 162 games. Mike Hargrove pulls him from this game. Another look. Obviously, he gave only 104% instead of the standard 110%. Fifth inning, Juan Encarnacion down the right field line. Alex Ramirez, no relation, but having trouble in the corner with it. 2 runs come to score. Tigers go up 4-3. 2 ribs there for Encarnacion. Tony Clark had the others. Kenny Lofton up, tying runs on base. The one hopper, Damian Easley. He goes to first. Did he get him? The ump thinks so. He wants a do-over. Tigers win. Willie Blair is the winner. The Tigers get a split of 4 games. Stop Charles Nagy from winning an all-time record for any New York baseball team. Clemens to Carlos Lee. He's leaving. That's more beer for us. Fifth inning, Yanks up 4-2. Chicago runners at second and third. Ray Durham, he's swinging, and then he beats up his utensil. Next batter, Clemens after Darren Jackson, and he is choking on a splinter. Clemens strikes out 6 in his 6 and a third. Sixth inning, 2 on for Derek Jeter. Up the middle, Scott Brocious run around trying to score. Chris Singleton, nice hose, got him at the plate. The tag by Mark Johnson. Brocious goes 2 for 3. It's still 4-2. White Sox threatening in the 7th. Mike Stanton here in relief. Fancy play by Derek Jeter. He's good. The 6-4-3. The Yankees win it 5-2. The Yankees win for the 8th time in 9 games. Roger Clemens a winner in consecutive starts for the
Garciaparra, David Wells. Light is green, trap is clean. 2-run shot is 26th of the year. RBI 100 and 101. We're tied at 2. Bottom 7 tied at 4, bases loaded for Garciaparra again. Good wood on this David Wells pitch, but Homer Bush diving, stops and starts the play to get 1 out. Now watch Nomar. He's safe at first, and that allows Darren Lewis to score. Great hustle by Nomar. Bottom 8 still 5-4. Runners on first and third. Lewis, little blooper. More Bush. It's the Homer Bush show. Diving stab to keep it a 1-run game, and that would be big because in the 9th, 2 on, 5-4. Tony Batista rips this Rod Beck pitch just short of the triangle. Sean Green will tally, as will Homer Bush. 3 RBI on the night for Batista, 2 on this play. Rod Beck gets a blown save as the Blue Jays come back to rally and win it 7-5. David Wells wins number 15. Jeff Conine facing Brett Laxton, 1 on, 2 out. Conine lifts a fly ball to right. Matt Stairs is there and then suddenly drops it. E9. Albert Bell scores, goes down 6-5. Still bottom of the 5th. Ryan Miner, major statement to deep right center. Ground rule double. Conine scores, new game knotted at 6. But in the top of the 8th, still tied at 6. Miguel Tejada, the 4th of Oakland's 4 home runs in the game. His 21st of the year. A's up 7-6. And in game 1, they go on to win 9-6, thus ending Baltimore's 13-game winning streak. Riley facing John Jaha with a man on, and Jaha, to right. But watch Derek May. Gets jiggy with it, and then makes and turns and fires in Colton Pickering. That had to hurt, but the splits double off Jason Giambi. Double play. Bottom of the 6th, Albert Bell facing Jimmy Haynes, and for Albert, it's Haynes his way. His 4th double of the game. 2nd time in a month Bell has 4 doubles in a game. Suroff comes in to score, and the Orioles win the nightcap 12-4. So the A's fail to get the sweep. By the way, those 4 doubles tie the Major League record. O's broke the nightcap open with
on first, 1 out. Edgardo Alfonso takes it in the corner. Henderson coming around second. Gerald Williams gets after the ball. Henderson through the stop sign at third. Brett Boone with the relay. And Eddie Perez has meat at the plate. Watch the replay. Cookie Rojas signaling so big, or the stop sign is taken as advisory, or maybe Henderson may have been running so hard he couldn't stop, or not. He said he thought the ball was bobbled in the outfield, which is why he went home. Henderson didn't return to the game after that play. Strained hamstring, they say. Chipper Jones batting far and distant. 3-run dong. Braves take the lead. Homer 45, most by a Brave since Henry Aaron 47 in 1871. 5th inning. Braves have men at first and second, leading 4-2. Brian Hunter to John Olerud. Remember, New York's the best fielding team in the majors. Olerud with the play, wings it over to third, and the ball's a bit wide. Nobody's backing up. Jones scores from second on the air by Olerud. Braves lead at 5-2. 6th inning, Mets trailing 5-2. Mike Piazza and Greg Maddux delivers a big plate of meat. Piazza's 38th. Mets cut the lead 5-3. Next batter, Robin Ventura. Cranks it to center. Andrew Jones, restaurant quality catch. Mets still down by a count of 5-3. Bottom of 7. Braves have men at the corners. Up 5-3. Brian Jordan. Boom! Turk Wendell throwing it silly into center. Brett Boone will come to score. And Chipper, he's advancing over to third. Bobby Valentine's team down now 6-3 in the ninth. John Rocker and Leo Mazzoni. They talk about how stupid it is to walk 2 straight guys. So he strikes out Benny Agbayani, 98 miles per hour. Edgardo Alfonso's next. And he goes to left. Gerald Williams easily. And this thing is done with. The Braves sweep. Rocker finishes for Greg Maddux, who wins his 19th. It's a 4-game lead now. First time in 17 days against a former teammate, Devon White. Ripping that thing. Still plenty of good seat. Just driving around, coming out to the yard. Todd Hollinsworth scores. White ends up with a triple. Dodgers go by a count of 3-2. Now bottom of 5. Hernandez against another former teammate, Gary Sheffield. He serves it up for him. 29th for Sheffield. Not in this game. That would be a record. Dodgers go up 4-2, win it 5-3. So with the Giants driving crowd for the Phillies-Brewers game, like next year, Philly manager Terry Francona said, I thought we did some things that weren't very good if you're trying to win. This was one of them, the bad throw, and in comes Jeremy Burnitz. Brewers take the lead 6-5. Next pitch by Mike Grace to Ron Belliard. Home run. Brewers go up 8-5, and then things get wild. 11-6 win. A walk's as good as a hit, except in the case of those who have incentives. First time ever caught stealing equipment. Gaetti goes 1 for 4 in the game, but not this time. Barehanded. Aramis Ramirez robs him there. Bottom of 5. Pirates up 3-2. Mark Grace. The media pressure will be intense for his 16th home run. He has 15 now. Cubs up 4-3. Here's Sammy going for 62. Mushu Pork. Mark Wilkins blows him away. Sosa did get a rib. He goes 2 for 4 in the baseball game. By the way, Mickey Morandini sat this one out, the first of 2 games.
Looky here. His 35th of the year. Texas up 4-1 after 5. And the Rangers, Rick, start to pour it on in the 6th.
Well, Tom Goodwin's on third base right here. Mark McLemore is up. Johnny Oates, congratulations on the extension. Look at here. He's got the right guy at home. The suicide squeeze. Guess what? Nobody at home at first base. A little later on, here comes Gonzo up once again. He hit 35 earlier in the night. There's number 36, Texas, with a 6-run 6th inning.
Gonzalez not done yet. Bottom 8, there it goes. His 37th of the year. He had 3 home runs in the game, drove in 5 runs. Texas wins it 12-4. So the Rangers' magic number to clinch the division is 3.
Guy is not in the playoffs. He's just too good to be sitting at home in October. Look at him painting the outside corner right there. He'll expand the zone just like we saw Kevin Millwood do it. And guess what? He's got the nasty hook as well.
Red Sox did have some chances. Bottom 8, runner on third, 2 outs. Brian Daubach tries to check his swing, but he's out of there on the appeal. Bottom 9, after Jason Varitek led off with a double. Donnie Sadler into pinch run. Garcia Parra up. It's a 1-run game. Sadler tries for third. Mike Bordick throws him out. And Baltimore wins it by the score of 1-0 as Mussina struck out 8 in 6 innings. Scott Kamenicki pitched 2 innings, and Mike Timlin pitched the 9th here. The Yanks down 3-1 off the center field wall. Ricky Leday comes in to score. Yanks within 1 at 3-2. Next man up, Chuck Knobloch. He went 4 for 5. Single to center. This is in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 3. Yanks force extra innings. And then Alfonso Soriano, the rookie. First major league hit is a home run that wins a game in the bottom of the 11th. Looky there. And the Yankees win it 4-3 in 11.
Cook challenging right here. He just misses down and away. Bobby Valentine decides that's enough. He sends Dave Wallace to the mound. They bring in the right-hander. Turk Wendell comes in there. Nice little fly ball to right. There's the first out of the inning. Ron Gant comes up. Little slider on the outside corner. There's 2. Bobby Abreu coming up. Wait a minute. John Franco's in the bullpen, a left-hander ready. He brings in a right-hander for a right-hander. There's a double down the line. The score is tied. And Philadelphia's still hitting.
Bobby Abreu off of Benitez, ties it at 2, and then next man up, Mike Lieberthal, singled to right. Abreu scores, and the Phillies with 2 in the 8th go on to beat the Mets by the score of 3-2. So New York has now lost 4 in a row.
Jose Vidra up there having himself a pretty good year. There's fastball for strike one. He's challenging people. Now I'm going to climb the ladder. If you're a hitter, you say, I'm going to stay off that high fastball. Uh-oh, it's the breaking ball. You see why Millwood having a Cy Young type year.
But Rondell White off Millwood is 21st of the year. Expos up 3-2, all 3 runs unearned. Now Gerald Williams up in the 10th, tied at 3, tries to sacrifice. It's a double play. That's a big whoops. But next man up, still tied at 3, Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie Guillen has left the yard. His first homer of the season. Ozzie Guillen wins it for Atlanta in 10 innings as the Astros, or the Braves, have now won 5 in a row. The homer for Guillen.
Johnson is a good guy to try to make this happen. Sean Estes on the mound against Johnson, popping this thing up into foul territory. JT Snow's after it. He's fallen. He will get up. The catch is good. And we take another look to see how Czech Republic women 18-40 feel about the play. Preparations being made in the Diamondbacks clubhouse. Division title on that. And back in Seattle, a unit used to put police tape at his locker to JT Snow, and he is chopping broccoli. 11th strikeout in the game. Get the champagne ready. Johnson trying to end this thing. The grounder to Matt Williams, and it will end. The Arizona Diamondbacks taking out the second-place Giants. The Diamondbacks win at 11-3, and the players are happy.
On the hill for Houston at the plate here. Down the left field line, Tony Eusebio comes in to score. Ricky Gutierrez going to third. In there, Stroh's up 2-zip. Bottom 3, Mark Loretta, line to right. Bill Spires, great catch. Bottom 6, Alex Ochoa due up. A disturbance in right field. What's going on out there? A fan came out onto the field to fight Spires. Mike Hampton, the Houston pitcher, went to Spires' defense, and then absolute chaos. Security unable to stop it. Finally, the players would get involved there and separate the combatants. The fan would be taken away in handcuffs and arrested. More on that in a moment. Spires stayed in the game, but then left in the 7th. A welt under his left eye. The team says he has whiplash. He's listed as day-to-day. Eusebio now, 2 outs, bases loaded, tied at 4, into left field. Bagwell scores. Carl Everett coming in. He's safe. Houston takes a 6-4 lead. They score 4 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th to win. Gives chase to the foul ball. Whoops! Into the dugout. Into the front row, but he was okay. Bottom 6, Reds down 6-2. Bases loaded for Casey. 1, 2, 3. And Casey, excuse me, but you know what? I'll take it. That scores 2 to tie the game at 4. And the next man up is Greg Vaughn, who has been on fire this entire month. Singles to center. Mike Cameron scores from second with the go-ahead run, and the Reds go on to beat the Cards by the final score of 5-4.
Greg Vaughn never has hit for much of an average, but he always has been a run producer.
Reds score 4 in the 6th since he once trailed 4-1. Mark McGwire in the game 0 for 2 and walked twice. Steve Parris went 6 innings for the win. He's now 11-2.
150-some RBIs. Look at that. Not a bad breaking ball. Outer half of the plate. Guess where it ends up? Off the facade in dead center field. Manny Ramirez just 5 innings tonight. 5 and fly. Well, he had 8 RBIs before he left.
Dave Roberts also a grand slam. And the Indians win at 18-4. So Cleveland ties a Major League record for most grand slams in a season. The Indians now have 12 grand slams this year. Ramirez, remember, was taken out. To Chris Singleton, down he goes. Mays perfect through 5. In the 8th, Josh Paul goes down. And Minnesota goes on to win by the score of 6-2. Mays took a perfect game into the 6th. Struck out a career-high 9 to snap a personal 6-game losing streak.
Tonight's a pretty good night for right-handed curveballs, particularly starters with the last name that start with N. Mays, Musina, Millwood, pretty good outing.
Information. Royals and the Tigers. Mark Quinn can do some things. The September call-up has had a great run here. To right center. Kamara dives for it, can't get it. 2-run score. Quinn drives in 4. He goes 2 for 4. Kansas City wins at 7-3. Since his call-up, Quinn has 15 RBIs in 10 games. He was the batting champ in the Pacific Coast League. He's 7 for 17 in his last 4 games.
Johnny Damien may be a little too expensive for Kansas City to keep next year.
One out. Sammy Sosa against Jason Schmidt. There it goes. Ooh. Close for number 62.
You saw what the flags were doing. It's not going.
Now
Kyle Farnsworth up at home plate. The count's 3-2. Kyle, you got to move, brother. You got to give a little bit. That ball chased him. He didn't get his hand out of the way. It cost him what could have been a shutout.
Sosa now up in the bottom of the 7th. Grounds out to 3rd. Chicago wins at 9-0. So the Cubs have won their last 9 games against the Pirates at Wrigley, and Sosa hasn't homered in runs scored, but has still been outscored by 97 runs. That's the biggest differential for a league leader in history. A good example of why Colorado needs to improve its pitching and fast. Speaking of the Rockies against the Marlins, Preston Wilson, the hitter, bottom of the 1st. Dante Bichette. Dante Bichette. Dante Bichette. And the Rockies go on to win 5-3 as Todd Helton drove in 3 runs. Colorado's Larry Walker will have knee surgery Tuesday.